What's up, guys? I'm going to show you new fancy layer styles in Sketch. I'm just going to make like a little iPhone screen here. I'm going to use the rectangle tool to make a little, make like a table cell. And if you were making a table cell, you're probably going, "Oh, Drew, I gotta make this top border. I'm going to make it one. I'm just going to make it black so you guys can see it, and then I'm going to align these two so they're together, and then I'm going to select this one. I'm going to duplicate it down, and then you're like, oh, I got to move it over by 30 because that's like how that works, but now the width is going off the side here, and so I'm going to say minus 30 because that's cool, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to group it, and then I'm going to duplicate this down, but then go back into this group and delete this, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. And so like now I got to manage this background thing here, and then duplicate another one down here, and then take this like back to 0, and then the width back to like 365 or whatever it's going to be at. And this is just like a pain in the butt, and you're just like, oh, now I have like all these layers when I really should only have like 4 of these. So what I like to do instead is I'm just going to delete everything. I'm going to ungroup this because we don't need to do anything. You can select your table row, use the inner shadow over here on the right hand side, take the blur down to nothing, and you'll notice that I have a nice black line up at the top here. That's the inner shadow. This is still all one piece, which is really awesome. I'm going to add another inner shadow. It's going to be black all the way again, and I'm just going to get rid of that blur, and I'm going to make it go negative. So now I got one on the top and one on the bottom, and this bottom one I'm going to do something special to it. I'm going to take this color, I'm going to show you, it's going to be red first just so you guys can see. I'm going to make that 0, and I'm going to make this 30. And what that does right now, you can see it's semi-transparent here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, discard change. There we go. You can see it's 30 and it's semi-transparent, but what you're going to do is you're going to drag this so that's only covering what you need it to cover, and you jack it up. And actually, I reordered stuff wrong here. I'm just going to grab this. Come on, here we go. There we go. So this is the bottom one. This is the bottom one. You can see the colors changing. I'll leave them black. This red, we're actually going to make it like that. Same color as your cell. And then the top line is black, obviously. And now I have a rectangle that has everything I need on it as far as everything goes. I can make table cells for days, and then if I'm really clever, I can make these into layer styles and make like a top, middle, and bottom. Otherwise, I can just turn on and off these layer inner shadows as I see fit. And there you go. That's a pretty neat trick. And now you only have to worry about this. The cool thing about it is that they scale. This 30 is always going to be 30. You can scale this out to whatever you need to, and just set up your file that way. It's a pretty neat trick. Thanks.